Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, I'm sitting down and chatting with you guys about one of my favorite topics to talk about, which is minimalism. Specifically, how to be a minimalist in a small space with a toddler. If you guys are familiar with our videos, we've done quite a few videos on minimalism and just how we incorporate that in our lives. Minimalism can look different to different people. There's some people that just like sleep on a yoga mat and wear like very simple clothing and no makeup and like things that can put in their backpack. So that's one form, but like I said, that's not us. So if you're wanting to be a minimalist and you see that and you're like, I can't do that, we don't do that either. Minimalism to us means everything that we own, our material possessions, all have a purpose. Not only are minimalists in our just material possessions, but also in the way we try to live our lives. Take things a little slower, live a little simpler. That's how we apply minimalism to us. Now, when you bring in a baby, and now Ocean's a toddler, it adds another dynamic to your life, of course. So I really wanted to do this video because it could be overwhelming with baby, with a toddler. They have so much other stuff and things like that that we think they need, or just that they accumulate. So I feel like we're at a good place where we found balance, that we're still able to be minimalist with having a child and now another baby on the way. So it just carries on through. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it's insightful and gives you some ideas or helpful in any way. And yeah, just keep watching. So for those of you that don't know, we live in a one-bedroom apartment, and it's not a very big apartment. Living in a small space, it's not so much about, oh, it's small, but it could feel bigger depending on how you use your space, right? Because even in a big house, I've gone to some larger homes or larger apartments and I still feel like, oh my goodness, I don't know where to step and I don't know like where to sit because it's just so cluttered with stuff. So it's not about big or small spaces, it's how you use it. The first thing I would say, if you're wanting to be a minimalist with a child, with a baby or toddler, is limit your furniture and decor. So furniture is the biggest things in our home, right? And they can take up a lot of space, but there could also be just excess furniture. This side table and that side table and this vase with a bunch of things. Now, I'm not saying to not have things that you enjoy or like. Sometimes if we really think about it, it's like, do I really need this extra side table? Is it useful in any way? And so when you start to think about it, there are things that you can, minimize and limit. So with us, so as you can see, we have 2 couches. We have a love seat and a single chair. And we have 2 ottomans that we use as a coffee table. Then we have a large mirror. Now we really wanted a mirror because mirrors, especially in small spaces, just open it up, they bring in light, and it's a good selfie OTD opportunity, of course. And that's it. So we haven't really felt like we needed anything extra, any side tables. If we're having coffee in the morning, we put it on our ottoman, we lay it on our windowsill, and we're good. That's one of the first things that makes living in a small space with a child better, is that they're not, cluttered by all this furniture and all this decor. Because another thing with being a minimalist is not just having less things, but having peace of mind that your child is not in danger, prone to break or destroy any of the things you have. I know that's a big frustration sometimes with parents, and you find yourself, no, don't touch this, no, don't do that, no, you can't climb there, or like just adding more stress to your life. So we've really made an effort to have more yes spaces with our kids, and that means that we don't have to worry about if she climbs on the ottoman, she's totally safe. There's nothing that is of danger to her physically where we have to be like constantly telling her no. The biggest thing for us was the mirror, and we've just bolted that to the wall so it does not move at all. The second thing that we do is rotating her toys. So before having a child, we didn't have any toys. And Willie and I are not much of like gadgets. We didn't even have a TV, like we still don't own a TV. So with kids comes excess toys. Of course, we know that, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with having an abundance of toys, but it's how you use them and how you use them in your space, like I said. And so one big thing for us has been to rotate her toys. So every week on Sunday night, I switch out the toys that she has in her toy shelf and on her table, and I bring in a new set, usually around 5 to 6 toys and 4 to 5 books. You can do bi-weekly, you can do once a month, you know, whatever is easier and less stress-free for you, but really make an effort to do it because you'll see such a difference. And of course I do some sensory things and we do some activities during the week, but as far as toys, like that's what she has, you know, and everything else stays in her toy closet, and then at the end of the week I switch them out. You'll see how excited they get. It's like new toys every week, and it's not, it's the same old toys that they saw like 3 weeks ago, but it makes such a difference. So that's one of the biggest things I would say, is to, you know, collect all of your child's toys, go through them and see like which ones they really love, which ones they're not playing with anymore, and kind of declutter a little bit, and then start with that rotation. Speaking of declutter, the third thing is declutter your items every 3 to 6 months. Now we do all of our clothes and Ocean's clothes and her toys every 3 to 6 months. We declutter. What does that look like? For Ocean, I go through all of her clothes, and anything that is not fitting, that would be the first thing I do. Okay, does this fit her anymore? No. So I either save it for baby boy or I donate it. The second thing I do is I look through, is there anything that has like a stain that's just isn't coming off, or anything with a hole or ripped, you know, whatever. And those clothes I usually just toss because, you know, no one's gonna want that secondhand. The last thing is there something that she's just not wearing? Sometimes we've gotten, you know, gifted things that we're not too much of a fan, and she's just, you know, she's just not wearing it, you know. So again, we'll donate that, and we'll do that with our clothes as well. Is there something that we're not wearing? You know, we'll go through that list. And it's been so nice because we have, and I'm not kidding guys, we have one closet for the 3 of us, okay? And that is what we use. And it does not feel cluttered at all because we do that process of decluttering. Sometimes you're like, you have so many clothes in your closet and you have nothing to wear because you don't even know what you have in there. So we do it every 3 to 6 months, depending. I would say 6 months would be the max I would go because, you know, with seasons changing, even though in Florida it's mostly hot, but if you're somewhere else it's cold, you know, I would say 6 months is a good time frame. And I do that also with her toys. There's some toys that she just outgrew, you know, so I'll save them for future kids. And yeah, and so I go through those every 3 to 6 months because that's a good time frame. And then the last thing I would say that we do is we don't have duplicates of anything. Unless, I would say, like her plates, we have 2 plates and 2 bibs and 2 spoons. That's it. We put one in the dishwasher and the other one we're using, and then at the end of the night we put both of them in, turn it on, we got 2 clean plates the next day. She doesn't need that many duplicates of the same thing. You don't need 5 baby dolls. Like, get her 1 baby doll and some accessories for that baby and have her enjoy that, you know, or, you know, for a boy, like whatever it is that they have duplicates of, you don't really need. So that's another thing I would say, like try not to have, like if they have a little, what are those called? The little like cars, like they don't need 3 cars. They could use 1 car, and when they're, you know, done using that, then donate it or save it and get them another, you know, as they're growing. So I feel like we do end up accumulating a lot of stuff that we don't really need and that our child hasn't asked for. You know, sometimes we want things for them, and that's not bad, but it's good to understand that they don't really need it. You know, they'll be happy and content with the toys that they do have there, and you'll be surprised how simple they actually think. More simple than we do, for sure. So yeah, guys, that are the 4 things that I wanted to share with you on how we keep our space minimal, a small space, and with a baby. And I hope that this video was, again, entertaining if anything, or you know, helpful in any way. Any questions you have about minimalism or baby or just anything at all, feel free to leave it down below and I'll try to answer them in the best way I can. So hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!